Welcome back to the Eyes Report. Today we'll be focusing on the Western Australian teams in Fremantle and West Coast. Both sides had down years last year and will want to have a good pre-season to get going and enter 2024 with some form of momentum. So we'll start off with Fremantle. On the injury front for Fremantle, a little bit of news. Luke Ryan is the main one. He rolled his ankle last week. It seems to be okay, a little more on the minor side. Sam Switkowski had a hamstring injury during pre-season, but that does seem to be getting better. He should be back with the main squad relatively quickly. Sam Sturt has the knee surgery. He'll be back in late January, so about a week, hopefully for him. Sebet Kuek will miss the season with shoulder and knee issues. And the other midfielder is Jager O'Meara, who has a slight calf injury, but like Switkowski and Sam Sturt, should be back pretty soon. Moving on to what's happening on the field with Fremantle, there is quite a lot going on. Starting off with the former captain, Nat Fyfe. He's had a lot of injury issues over the last couple of seasons. He's playing midfield, not forward. Moving well. None of the articles or information has said that he's been a standout, but as long as he's actually on the track doing the pre-season, that's all we can really ask for. And the big kind of breakout possibility is Hayden Young, who's been matching up on him, that bigger body. He's moved into a permanent on-ball role, so we'll see that from round one. So he'll be doing his craft in the midfield, and he'll be a big change from half-back to the midfield. Sean Darcy, this is kind of an injury part. That knee injury he suffered in round 18. He is improving rapidly. He's not in full training at this stage, but he's doing running and skills. It's a good sign because they need him to be as fit as possible coming into round one, and he should make it. Josh Tracy and Matt Taberner, they're the two for that key forward spot with Jai Amiss. I thought Matt Taberner was out of it, but he's performed pretty well this pre-season, and so is Josh Tracy, so it'll be a battle between those two in the forward line. Luke Jackson had a pretty good first year at Fremantle. He's been performing well again, playing in the ruck right now because of no Sean Darcy. And Matt Johnson, he played some games kind of on the wing last year and a little bit on ball. In the match simulation and training, he's been playing as a pure on-baller. He's been matching it really well with Fyfe, Young, Sarong and Brayshaw, so that's a good sign. And the last piece of the puzzle in Fremantle's field is those wing spots. Aish has been moved into defence. He's been playing pretty well. So it's going to be, and with no Liam Henry, it'll be a battle between Jeremy Sharp, Nathan O'Driscoll, and a defender in Heath Chapman, who they're looking to move further up the ground. So for those two wing spots and maybe a third, it kind of be a battle between a few of those players. So it's going pretty well at Fremantle so far. Hopefully Darcy and Fyfe can have full pre-seasons, and if you can add those two back into their team for round one, it'll be looking pretty good for Fremantle. Moving over to their rivals in the West Coast Eagles, the injury news hasn't been great. Tim Kelly's going to be out for about 2 to 3 weeks with a hamstring injury. It's not good, especially for a veteran player like him. You want him out on the track. And Liam Ryan has got the bad hamstring. He actually hurt his tendon, so he'll need some surgery. And it's unclear how long he'll be out for, but it's looking like a few months at this stage, so he's going to miss the start of the season. That's not what their forward line needed. Dom Sheed's in a race for round one as well, with a stress fracture in his ankle. And youngster Elijah Hewitt, who performed pretty well last year in his first season, he's been on light duties with a foot, so it's not a great start for a West Coast pre-season on the injury front. For general notes, Don Pike is the new CEO after Trevor Nisbet left, so he'll be in charge of trying to turn around the Eagles' fortunes. A few changes off the field with swapping of assistants. Luke Shuey retired last year. He's going to be elevated straight away as a kind of development coach and will be in charge of the stoppages for the West Coast Eagles. Not a huge amount of information with the match simulation so far. Number one pick Harley Reid, there's always going to be news about him. Adam Simpson, West Coast coach, said he would be playing mainly in defence and on the ball, which is a smart idea. It'll keep him healthy. He shouldn't take too many hits in defence, so he should be able to last the season. And it's always easier playing out of defence. We've seen that with Dacos and Sheasel, so I do like the move. And he's fit in straight away. There's been quite a lot of raps about him. Other youngsters in Ginbey and Chester are building well. Ginbey's come back in really good shape. He'll be playing a lot of midfield next year. Luke Shuey was also an SEN. Saying youngster Noah Long, who played forward last year, a former pick 58, has been a big standout this year in that group of youngsters. And another bit of good news is Jai Cully. If you remember him, he had a breakout performance against Port Adelaide, kicking I think 4 goals. He's been working his way back from an ACL injury, and he's actually doing running and changing of direction. So he actually might be a shot to play early in the season. So not great news for West Coast on the injury front, but they have made a fair few changes. So we'll see how they progress over this pre-season. Thanks for watching another Eyes Report. I hope you enjoyed and got something out of it. I'll see you all soon.